silence the doubt, and build unshakable certainty in yourself.
Silence the doubt. How to build unshakable certainty in yourself. The world is a symphony of noise, a relentless, deafening cacophony of voices telling you who to be, what to fear, and where your limitations lie. But deep within the marrow of your bones there is a quiet, steady rhythm, a frequency that belongs only to you. You have felt it in those rare, fleeting moments of absolute clarity, when the static of the world fades and you realize that you are not merely a passenger in your own life, but the architect of your own destiny. Most people spend their entire existence living in the shadow of their own potential, terrified of the light they possess because they have been taught that doubt is a sign of wisdom. They are wrong. Doubt is not wisdom. Doubt is the rust on the blade of progress. It is the poison in the cup of ambition. And tonight, we end it. You are here because the flickering candle of your vision has refused to be extinguished by the winds of circumstance. You have felt the friction between who you are and who you are capable of becoming. That tension is not an accident. It is a signal. It is the universe demanding that you rise to the level of your own desires. Think for a moment of Thomas Edison, standing amidst the charred remains of his laboratory, watching his life's work turn to ash. The world saw a disaster. Edison saw a cleansing. He did not succumb to the paralysis of doubt. He did not look at the smoke and conclude that his vision was a failure. Instead, he turned to his son and said, "Go get your mother and all her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again." That is not just optimism. That is the bedrock of unshakable certainty. It is the profound understanding that your external reality is merely a reflection of your internal conviction. If your conviction is shaky, your results will be fragmented. If your conviction is absolute, your results become inevitable. We often speak of success as if it were a mountain to be climbed, a distant peak that requires extraordinary gear and rare air. But the truth, the raw and unvarnished truth that the masters of history understood, is that success is not a place you travel to. It is a state of being you inhabit. It is the unwavering decision that your purpose is more significant than your pain, more durable than your fear, and more potent than your doubt. When Andrew Carnegie spoke of the mastermind, he wasn't just talking about a group of people. He was talking about the harmony of purpose. He understood that when a human being aligns their thought, their emotion, and their action, they become a conduit for a force that is far greater than the individual. But this alignment cannot happen if your mind is a divided house. You cannot expect to build a monument of achievement upon a foundation of self-betrayal. Every time you entertain a thought of "I can't," or "what if I fail," or "I am not enough," you are actively dismantling your own infrastructure. You are sabotaging the very machinery of your success. Doubt is a parasite. It feeds on your potential and excretes the paralysis of inaction. To build unshakable certainty, you must first acknowledge the gravity of your own thoughts. You must become the guardian of your own mental gates. What are you allowing in? Are you listening to the voices of the fearful, the small-minded, the cynical? Or are you listening to the quiet, insistent voice of your own inner directive? Henry Ford didn't build an empire by asking the skeptics if his motorcar was a good idea. He built it by ignoring the impossibility of the task and focusing entirely on the utility of the vision. He knew that if he could hold the image of the product in his mind with enough intensity and enough consistency, the physical world would have no choice but to coalesce around it. This is the law. It is as rigid and as predictable as gravity. You do not need to figure out the how in its entirety before you take the first step. The how is a byproduct of the why. When your why is deep enough, when your purpose is etched into the very core of your identity, the how begins to reveal itself. It is a path that is lit only a few feet in front of you, but it is enough to keep moving. The mistake most people make is that they wait for a guarantee. They wait for the bridge to be built before they start walking. But the bridge is built by the act of walking. It is built by your persistent, unwavering movement toward a target that only you can see. If you wait for the world to validate your vision, you will wait forever. The world only validates winners, and winners are made by those who refuse to wait for permission to be great. Look at your life as a blank canvas. If you allow the brushes of doubt to paint your landscape, you will find yourself living in a gray, static reality. But if you seize the brush with the iron grip of certainty, you begin to create a masterpiece. What is a masterpiece? It is nothing more than a vision that has been executed without apology. When you move through the world with certainty, people stop questioning your direction. They stop trying to steer your ship. They recognize that you are no longer a victim of circumstance, but a master of it. This isn't about arrogance, it is about alignment. Arrogance is a mask for insecurity. True certainty is quiet, it is deep, and it is entirely unbothered by the opinions of the masses. It is the calm that stays with you, even when the storm is raging at its fiercest. Consider the life of Abraham Lincoln. A man who faced defeat after defeat, whose political career was a sequence of rejections that would have broken a lesser spirit. Yet, in the darkest hours of a nation divided, he remained the anchor. Why? Because he had reached a point of absolute certainty regarding his duty. He did not doubt the necessity of his mission, and because he did not doubt himself, he could endure the doubt of everyone else. He became a conduit for a principle, and when you become a conduit for a principle, your life ceases to be about your own comfort, and becomes about the fulfillment of your mission. That is where the power resides. When you take the focus off of me, and place it on the mission, the fear of failure evaporates. Why? Because you are no longer the one on trial. Your purpose is on trial, and you are simply the instrument by which it is brought into reality. To build this certainty, you must embrace the reality of your own shadows. You cannot ignore the doubt, you must dismantle it. When the whisper of "you're not ready" enters your mind, do not push it away. Examine it. Ask it, based on what evidence? You will find that most of your doubts are based on ancient history, on experiences that no longer exist, on versions of yourself that you have already outgrown. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You are not the same person you were a minute ago. Every breath is a renewal, every thought is an opportunity to re-author your reality. If you choose to hold on to the limiting beliefs of your past, you are effectively choosing to live in a tomb. You must be willing to die to who you were to become who you are designed to be. This is the death of the ego, the shedding of the skin that no longer fits. It is time to stop apologizing for your ambition. It is time to stop diluting your vision, to make it palatable for those who have settled for mediocrity. The world does not need more of the same. It needs people who are awake. It needs people who are willing to stand in the fire of their own potential and refuse to be burned. This is the definition of courage, not the absence of fear, but the presence of a conviction so strong that fear becomes irrelevant. You will be afraid. Of course you will. Change is terrifying. The unknown is a void, but if you choose the comfort of the known over the destiny of the unknown, you are choosing a slow death. Choose the discomfort. Choose the stretch. Choose the climb. Think about the sheer audacity of those who have changed the course of human history. They were not supermen. They were not chosen by fate to be extraordinary. They were simply people who refused to accept the limitations placed upon them by their environment. They had a definite chief aim, a burning desire that was so consuming it left no room for the hesitation of doubt. When you have a definite chief aim, your subconscious mind begins to work for you 24 hours a day. It begins to filter the world through the lens of your goal. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You start to see connections where others see isolation. You start to see the path where others see only a wall. This is not magic. This is the physiological result of focusing your nervous system on a singular, undeniable purpose. You are the sum total of your choices, and your choices are the sum total of your beliefs. If you believe that life is happening to you, you will always be at the mercy of the wind. If you believe that life is happening through you, you are the wind. You have the power to create a vacuum in the universe that can only be filled by the fulfillment of your desires. But this requires a level of integrity that few are willing to maintain. You must be as certain in the moments of failure as you are in the moments of victory. You must be as disciplined in the dark as you are in the light. This is the true test of your character. It is easy to be certain when the bank account is full and the praise is loud. It is impossible to fake certainty when you are standing in the wreckage of a failed attempt. But that is exactly where the gold is buried. The wreckage is the raw material of your next breakthrough. Every time you fail, you have gained a piece of intelligence that the successful person had to learn the hard way. Do not mourn the failure, analyze it. Extract the lesson, discard the emotion, and use the knowledge to build a better foundation. This is the cycle of mastery. It is the process by which iron becomes steel. It is hammered, it is heated, it is folded, and it is forged. You are being forged. Stop wishing for an easier path and start wishing for a stronger spirit. The path is not going to get easier, you are going to get better. You are going to develop the capacity to handle greater challenges, to carry more weight, and to walk with a heavier stride. There is a quiet, profound power in deciding that you are finished with the version of yourself that doubts. It is a decision that requires no public announcement. It is a silent agreement between you and your creator. From this day forward, you do not entertain the what if of failure. You only entertain the how of the objective. When you walk into a room, you do not bring the insecurity of your past. You bring the certainty of your mission. When you look in the mirror, you do not see a person defined by their mistakes, you see a person defined by their commitment. This is the shift. It is a total recalibration of your internal compass. The people who tell you it is impossible are merely describing their own limitations. They are telling you what they cannot do. Do not let their limitation become your cage. Their skepticism is a reflection of their own lack of vision, not a reflection of your potential. When you encounter it, recognize it for what it is, background noise. Acknowledge it, and then proceed with the same steady, relentless focus that defined the giants of industry, the visionaries of art, and the architects of the modern world. They all faced the same skepticism. They all dealt with the same voices telling them to be realistic. But realism is the most common path to a life of quiet desperation. If you want to touch the stars, you cannot be tethered to the dirt. Your certainty must be an active state. You must practice it. You must visualize your outcome with such vividness that your brain cannot distinguish between the memory of the future and the reality of the present. You must feel the texture of the success, smell the air of the achievement, and hear the sound of the victory. When you do this, you are sending a signal to your brain to prime your body for the necessary actions. You are aligning your neurology with your intention. This is not fantasy. This is advanced mental conditioning. It is the same process used by elite athletes, by masters of strategy, and by those who have quietly revolutionized their fields. They do not just think about success, they inhabit the state of success long before it manifests in the physical realm. Do not be intimidated by the magnitude of your goals. The size of the dream is irrelevant. What matters is the quality of the belief behind it. A small goal backed by absolute certainty will always beat a grand vision backed by a wavering mind. Start where you are, with what you have, and execute with an intensity that leaves no room for hesitation. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every time you choose discipline over indulgence, you are casting a vote for your future. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you are casting a vote for your destiny. Build your momentum. String together a series of victories, no matter how small, until your confidence becomes an immovable mountain. You are the culmination of millions of years of evolutionary struggle. You are the result of ancestors who survived the impossible so that you could exist today. There is a primal strength in your lineage, a survival instinct that has been honed by the fires of adversity. You have that same capacity for survival and growth inside of you. It is time to stop acting as if you are a fragile thing that needs to be protected from the challenges of life. You are a force of nature. You are a mind that can conceive of an idea and bring it into the physical world. There is nothing in this universe that can stand against a human being who has decided, without reservation, that their vision is an absolute necessity. The doubt you feel is not a wall, it is a hurdle, and every time you clear it, you grow stronger. Every time you face your fear and choose to act anyway, you are expanding the boundaries of your comfort zone. Eventually, the comfort zone becomes so large that the things that once terrified you are now part of your daily routine. This is the growth. This is the expansion of the soul. You are meant to live a life that is expansive, not contractive. You are meant to reach for things that are just beyond your grasp, so that in the reaching, you become more. Do not fear the silence. In the quiet moments of the day, when the world stops its screaming, look into the depth of your own intent. Is it pure? Is it aligned with the betterment of yourself and others? Is it a contribution? When your goals are rooted in contribution, your certainty becomes invincible. Because when you are serving something greater than yourself, you are supported by a force that is far greater than your own willpower. You become a vessel for progress. You become a necessity to the world. And when you become a necessity, the universe conspires to provide you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. Remember that there is no success without sacrifice. You must be willing to trade the version of yourself that is safe for the version of yourself that is significant. You must be willing to trade the approval of the crowd for the fulfillment of your mission. This is the price of admission to the ranks of the exceptional. It is a high price, yes, but the alternative is a life that is hollow. Do not reach the end of your days wondering, what if? Do not let the heavy weight of regret be the only thing you carry to the grave. Live with such intensity that when the time comes to leave, you leave nothing on the table. You have used every ounce of your talent, every drop of your energy, and every moment of your time to paint your own legend onto the tapestry of human existence. Silence the doubt, not by wishing it away, but by drowning it out with the roar of your action. Move with such conviction that the world has no choice but to step aside and let you pass. Become the person who doesn't just dream, but the person who dictates their own reality. You have the tools. You have the capacity. You have the time. All that is left is the decision. Make it now. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel more prepared, not when the conditions are perfect. The conditions will never be perfect. The timing will never be exactly right. The only time you have is this singular vibrating moment of now. Own it. Command it. Use it to build the life you know you are meant to live. Your journey toward unshakable certainty begins with the acknowledgement that you have been waiting for someone to come and save you, to give you permission, to show you the way. Look in the mirror. You are looking at the only person who can provide that. You are the rescuer. You are the authority. You are the pioneer of your own path. Everything you have experienced, the pain, the joy, the failure, the triumph, has been a training ground for the person you are becoming today. Do not discard the past. Integrate it. Use the lessons to refine your strategy. Use the scars to toughen your skin, and use the memory of your lowest point as the fuel to propel you to your highest peak. There is an incredible, untapped reservoir of power within you. It is a power that is waiting to be directed, waiting to be focused, waiting to be unleashed. Most people live their entire lives without ever tapping into even a fraction of it. They are like a mighty river that has been diverted into a stagnant pond. But you have the power to break the dam. You have the power to let that energy flow, to channel it into a singular, laser-focused objective. When you do that, you will find that the world reacts to you differently. You will find that opportunities appear as if by design. You will find that people are drawn to your energy, not because of what you say, but because of the certainty with which you move. This is not a destination, it is a way of life. It is a daily practice of alignment. It is the morning ritual of reminding yourself of your purpose. It is the midday check-in to ensure your actions are still congruent with your vision. It is the evening reflection to hold yourself accountable for your growth. This is how you build a legacy, not by a single grand gesture, but by the accumulation of 1,000 intentional, disciplined, and certain acts. Be patient with the process, but be relentless in the pursuit. Understand that the transformation is happening even when you cannot see it. Just as the oak tree grows in the dark of the soil long before it breaks the surface, your success is building beneath the surface of your daily life. Trust the process. Trust your intuition. Trust the vision that has been placed in your heart. It was placed there for a reason, and that reason is your purpose. It is your unique contribution to the human story. No one else can do what you are here to do. No one else has your specific combination of talents, experiences, and perspective. When you doubt yourself, you are depriving the world of the gift that only you can provide. Your self-doubt is a theft from yourself, and a theft from the world. Silence it. Not just for your own sake, but for the sake of everyone whose life will be touched by the work you are here to do. You were not born to struggle in the shadows of someone else's expectations. You were born to be a light. You were born to be an architect of possibility. You were born to demonstrate what is possible when a human being aligns their will with the truth of their potential. It is time to stop playing small. It is time to stop hiding your brilliance behind the mask of being realistic. Be bold. Be audacious. Be unrelenting. The world is waiting for you to step into the fullness of who you are. The time for hesitation is over. The time for action, for certainty, for the realization of your vision. This is the time. Your life is a story that is being written in real time. Do not let someone else hold the pen. Do not let fear dictate the plot twists. Do not let doubt rewrite your ending. You are the author. You are the narrator. You are the hero. And every hero must face a moment of trial where they are asked if they truly believe in their mission. This is your moment. This is your trial, and the answer is not spoken. It is lived. Every step you take from this moment forward is your answer to the world. Make it a definitive, powerful, and unwavering answer. Silence the doubt. Seize your certainty and rise. Rise into the greatness that has always been waiting for you. Rise, because the world is waiting for your light. Rise, because there is no other choice. Rise, and let your life be the testament to what is possible when you refuse to doubt the power within you. The mountain does not ask the climber if the path is too steep, nor does the tide ask the moon for permission to turn. They simply exist in the power of their nature. You must learn to exist in the same way. The hesitation you feel is merely the ego's desperate attempt to keep you in the familiar, because the familiar is safe, even if it is a prison. But you were not built for a cage. You were built for the horizon. You were built for the exertion of progress. When you decide to silence the doubt, you are not killing a part of yourself. You are killing the part of yourself that was comfortable with being less than you are. That is a necessary sacrifice. It is the price of entry into the realm of the truly free. Look at the giants who have walked this earth before you. Do you think they were immune to the whispers of, "not good enough"? Do you think they never felt the cold sweat of uncertainty when they stood at the precipice of a decision that could change everything? Of course they did. But they possessed a singular, transformative secret. They understood that feeling is not a fact. Just because you feel doubt does not mean you are doubting. You can feel the vibration of fear in your chest and still move forward with the precision of a master. That is the duality of the human experience. You can acknowledge the presence of fear and move through it as if it were nothing more than mist on a mountain road. This is the alchemy of success. It is the ability to transmute the heavy, paralyzing energy of insecurity into the light, driving fuel of purpose. When you feel that doubt creeping in, do not run from it. Turn toward it. Shine the light of your logic upon it. Ask yourself, is this fear based on a present necessity, or is it a ghost from a past failure? You will find that most of your anxiety is just an echo, a repetitive, unoriginal thought pattern that has been running on a loop for years. You have the power to stop the machine. You have the authority to reach into the control room of your own mind and pull the lever. Stop the loop. Replace the thought. You must be aggressive in the cultivation of your own certainty. This is not a passive process. You cannot wait for confidence to find you like a gentle breeze. You must hunt it down. You must hunt it down through the repetition of your affirmations, through the visualization of your goals, and through the brutal, unrelenting execution of your daily tasks. If you said you were going to do something, do it. If you made a commitment to your future self, honor it. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you are building a brick in the wall of your self-belief. And eventually that wall becomes so thick, so solid that no external critique, no temporary failure, and no internal shadow can ever pierce it again. Consider the momentum of a locomotive. It is massive, heavy, and seemingly impossible to move from a standstill. But once it starts, once it gains that rhythmic, thunderous velocity, it can crash through concrete walls without slowing down. Your life is no different. Your progress is currently measured in the inches of your daily habits. But do not despise the day of small beginnings. That slow, painful, grinding start is where the strength is developed. You are building the muscle of persistence. You are teaching your nervous system that you are a person who stays in the fight. And soon, the momentum will take over. Soon, you will not have to try to be certain. You will be certain. This certainty is the magnetism that draws success into your life. The universe does not respond to what you want, it responds to who you are. If you are a person of doubt, the universe will provide you with evidence of why you should remain doubtful. If you are a person of certainty, the universe will align the circumstances, the people, and the opportunities to match your vibration. This is not some abstract mystical theory. This is the fundamental law of focus. What you project, you collect. If you project hesitation, you collect friction. If you project absolute, unshakable conviction, you collect the necessary means to manifest your vision. You have spent enough time auditioning for a life that you already own. You have spent enough time seeking validation from those who have never dared to dream as big as you do. Stop looking for the crowd's applause. The crowd is fickle. They cheer for the performer, not the builder. You are a builder. You are the one who is down in the dirt, sweating over the plans, laying the foundation and stacking the stones. The world will see your work when it is finished, but you have the privilege of seeing it now, in the silence of your own mind. That is enough. That is everything. The weight of your dreams is only heavy if you try to carry it alone. But you are not alone. You are backed by the history of every pioneer who refused to turn back. You are backed by the potential of your own infinite capacity. And you are backed by the simple, undeniable truth that you have the right to claim the life you have envisioned. Your life is not a trial run. It is not a dress rehearsal. This is the main performance. And if you are going to take the stage, you might as well take it with the authority of someone who knows exactly why they are there. So let the doubt fall away. Let it slip from your shoulders like a heavy, sodden cloak. You don't need it anymore. You have outgrown the need for the protection of fear. Step into the light of your own certainty. Feel the ground beneath your feet, solid, real, and waiting for you to walk upon it. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. You are the embodiment of the change you wish to see. And as you move forward, let every footfall be a command. Let every breath be a declaration. You are here to build. You are here to grow. You are here to conquer the limitations that once held you captive. The journey is long, and the climb is steep, but you were made for this. You were made to handle the altitude. You were made to stare into the face of the impossible and smile, because you know that impossible is just a word used by those who haven't yet learned how to work. So work. Build. Believe. Do not let your fire go out, a spark by irreparable spark, in the hopeless swamps of the approximate, the not quite, the not yet, the not at all. Don't let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and never reached. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours. Now, go out and claim it. Silence the doubt. Command your reality, and let your life be a roaring fire that lights the way for everyone who is still lost in the dark. Your time is not coming. It is here. Your power is not something you acquire. It is something you unlock. Unlock it now. And once you have opened that door, never look back. Walk forward into the blinding, beautiful, and absolutely certain future that you have created with your own unwavering will. This is your moment. This is your life. And this is your legacy. Now, take the first step with the certainty of a giant. The world is watching, and it is ready to be transformed by you. The path you are carving is not just for your own benefit, it is an active defiance against the gravity of the status quo. Every time you refuse to buckle under the weight of an uncertain outcome, you raise the standard for everyone who watches you. There is a profound, almost magnetic gravity to a person who has made up their mind. When you stop bargaining with your fears, when you stop seeking loopholes to exit your own commitments, you emit a frequency that others can feel. They will not understand it at first, and some will even attempt to pull you back, not because they dislike you, but because your certainty exposes the fragility of their own hesitations. Do not let their discomfort dictate your pace. You are not responsible for their peace. You are responsible for the realization of your purpose. Think of the great creators, the ones who saw the world as it was and refused to accept that it couldn't be different. When the Wright brothers looked at the sky, they didn't see an impenetrable ceiling. They saw a medium for human ambition. They didn't have the backing of the establishment, nor the applause of the scientific community. They had the certainty of their observation and the relentless application of their logic. They failed, they crashed, they repaired, and they reset. They did not equate the crash with the death of the dream. They treated it as data. That is the hallmark of the master, the ability to observe reality without being emotionally wounded by it. When you remove the emotional attachment to the temporary setbacks, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the engineer of your own outcomes. You must cultivate this same detachment. When the walls close in, when the resources run dry, or when the vision seems further away than it did yesterday, do not spiral into the abyss of self-doubt. Understand that these are the moments of testing. They are the friction required to sharpen the steel of your character. The universe does not give you what you want, it gives you who you are. And if you are to become a person of influence, a person of achievement, a person of legacy, you must first be tempered in the fire of difficulty. Embrace the trial, welcome the resistance. It is the only thing that proves you are actually moving, for it is only the stationary object that encounters no opposition. There is a rhythm to greatness that is often ignored. It is not a constant sprint, it is a persistent, rhythmic, and intentional march. It is the quiet discipline of doing the work when no one is watching, when the outcome is uncertain, and when your own mind is screaming at you to stop. This is where the foundation is poured. This is where the architecture of your future is reinforced. You are building a temple of achievement, and you cannot afford to have a single loose stone. The stones are your choices. The mortar is your discipline. The structure is your certainty. If you build it well, it will stand against any storm that the world can throw at it. Do not be fooled by the illusion of eventual success. Success is not an eventuality. It is a series of present-tense decisions. It is the decision to ignore the urge to procrastinate. It is the decision to focus on the one thing that will move the needle, rather than the 1,000 things that will merely fill your day. It is the decision to be honest with yourself about your weaknesses and to surround yourself with the strength you lack. You do not need to be perfect to be successful. You only need to be decisive. You need to be the person who, once the decision is made, does not look over their shoulder, does not second-guess the turn, and does not entertain the possibility of an alternative outcome. When you look back on this journey years from now, you will realize that the moments of greatest doubt were actually the moments of greatest potential. They were the junction points where you could have turned back, but you chose to go forward. Those moments defined you. They made you who you are. And that version of you, the one who stood firm when the ground beneath them felt like it was shifting, is the version of you that will change the world. You are not defined by the ease of your path, but by the difficulty of the terrain you chose to navigate. You are not defined by the size of your fortune, but by the caliber of your conviction. So let the world continue its noise. Let the doubters continue their chorus of warnings. Let the circumstances continue their unpredictable dance. You have found your anchor. You have found the center of your own storm. You are no longer swayed by the winds, because you are the wind. You are no longer a leaf in the current, because you are the river. You have discovered that the source of all power is not out there in the world, waiting to be discovered, but right here, behind your eyes, in the quiet, unyielding chamber of your own resolve. Hold on to it. Feed it. Let it grow until it is the only thing that occupies your consciousness. And as you step forward, do it with the quiet intensity of a predator, not the frantic noise of a prey. A lion does not announce its power, it simply acts, and the jungle respects the result. You have that same dignity within you. You have that same capacity to command your environment. You are not here to blend in. You are here to leave a mark. You are here to prove that a human being, armed with nothing more than an idea and the iron will to see it through, can move mountains. The path ahead is clear. It is not paved with gold, but with the grit of your persistence. It is not guarded by luck, but by the relentless application of your talent. It is not measured by the time it takes, but by the depth of the change you create. You are the pioneer of your own territory. You are the architect of your own history. And you have everything you need to begin, right now, in this heartbeat. Do not blink. Do not pause. Do not doubt. Step into the fullness of your destiny, and let the fire of your certainty burn away every obstacle in your way. You are ready. The work is waiting. And you are the only one who can deliver it.